How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be heading into the next part of What If King Kai taught everybody Kaio-Ken. We totally smashed the like goal for last part, so it's time to continue. For this part, we're going to be heading straight into the Universe 6 tournament, so if you want to see that and this series continued, then be sure to like this video and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next one, or any other videos that I post. If we get this video to 650 likes, then I'll continue with the next part, so let's see if we can hit that. Before I begin, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my amazing patrons. And welcome Sitlord! If you want to be like these guys and get your name in a video, early access to videos, and your very own What If made, then be sure to click the link down below to pledge. It would really mean a whole lot. With all that out of the way, let's dive right back into this scenario. Goku and Vegeta have arrived back on Earth to recruit Piccolo into the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 tournament. Piccolo is the strongest besides them and really has nothing else going on at the moment, so he's a perfect pick to join. They still need one more fighter, since Monaka is still unfortunately in the tournament. Man, I'll tell you, if he wasn't there, the tournament would go by so much better. I still have no idea what Beerus was thinking. Anyways, Gohan is still at that conference and can't cancel, so they're gonna have to go with somebody else. They could ask future Trunks, but he is also busy having a meeting with the board of Capsule Corp. As CEO, he has multiple conferences with the board, and he can't get out of this one or his mom will kill him. Guess that somebody else is going to have to be one of the humans. Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien have been training insanely hard over the years, and are pretty much close in power to everybody else, without God Key that is. So, obviously they're going to get picked. Which one out of them is it going to be though? Well, Yamcha has been doing pretty well training by himself and mastering Kaio-Ken x 100, though he doesn't just train all the time, as he has a career to think about and trying to go after some ladies. Krillin is kind of in the same boat, as he has become a police officer, so he can't really train all the time. Tien, though, has nothing but time on his hands. The only thing he's really been doing other than training is building a new dojo for all of his students, which I guess you can count as training since that's a lot of work. Tien is the strongest out of these guys, so he's picked to join up with them in the tournament. He is pretty excited to go and test his skills in a tournament again, where he doesn't need to worry about dying or anything. With the roster fulfilled, the group all head off to the tournament. Tien would definitely pass the written test with flying colors, and isn't going to fall asleep, so he's placed into the bracket this time to go and fight. Goku would still go first against Potamo and Frost, with these matches playing out exactly as normal for the most part. Goku would be knocked out, and the next person to go and fight in the arena is Tien. Tien was able to see something odd happen to Goku once he got struck, since he can see better than most with his 3 eyes, but he couldn't make out quite what happened. He decides to be better safe than sorry though, and go at this with a different angle. Multiple different angles actually, as he splits himself into 4. All of these Tiens use their Kaio-Ken x 100, and go after Frost, landing multiple hits all around him. Frost knocks these Tiens back from him, though they're extremely durable with the Kaio-Ken, not as easily to take out like the Cannon Tien when he fought Frost. Frost is getting really sick of these copies flying all around him, and decides to use the poison needle to get them away. This time the Tien copy can clearly see what Frost is using, and before it hits him, another Tien blasts Frost with a tri-beam to save the other. With Frost momentarily knocked down, Tien tells the ref about Frost's poison needle, and that he saw with his own eyes. This must be why Goku is knocked out. The ref examines Frost, noticing the needle, and he disqualifies him. The group is pretty happy with Tien for noticing the needle, and getting Goku reinstated. It's a good thing they had somebody with 3 eyes on the team to notice small stuff like that. Unfortunately, this next round isn't going to go so well for Tien, as Magetta is his next opponent. Tien can barely make a dent in Magetta, even with the Kaio-Ken, and as we saw in the Super Manga, Tien is unable to insult this race. And since Chaozu isn't here to save him, Magetta whoops his ass, being declared the winner of this match. Luckily, Piccolo is next up in the ring, and since he got tipped off from Whis, he's able to shout and insult at Magetta to get him down. It's Piccolo, so obviously he's going to have some good insults. The next match is when Kaba comes into fight, with Piccolo feeling pretty sorry for the Saiyan, since he knows he stands no chance against him. Maybe if he knew Super Saiyan, he could actually fare a little bit better, but even that's not too likely. He tells Kaba that once he returns to his planet that he should do his best to train, show off that form that Goku did earlier against Frost. This would benefit him, and his entire universe greatly. Kaba thanks Piccolo for the advice, saying he'll try his best, though for now, Piccolo knocks him out of the ring, and he's declared the winner. The final opponent arrives into the arena, which is the assassin, Hit. Piccolo can sense something different about Hit than the others, but isn't sure what it could be. He's on a whole other level, so it would be best if he started all out to see what he's actually made of. Piccolo unleashes his Kaio-Ken x 100 to do something against Hit, but as he goes to get close, he's knocked away. He's very confused as he didn't see Hit throw a punch at all. He fires multiple ki blasts towards him, but in an instant, Hit is standing right in front of him. Piccolo is shocked, and then Hit seems to be teleporting all around him, striking with devastating blows. Piccolo has no time to react to this many hits, and he falls out of Kaio-Ken, unconscious, on the ground. The others are shocked to see Piccolo taken down like this so fast. He's taken out of the arena, and the next to fight is Vegeta. Vegeta asks Tien if he saw anything more than they did, but Tien reveals he didn't see anything. It was almost as if he was there 1 second, but gone to next. Either he's teleporting, or he's just that fast. This doesn't fill Vegeta with a lot of confidence, but he steps into the ring anyways, hoping to do something against this guy. He bursts into his newest transformation, Super Saiyan Blue, and battles Hit. Of course, Hit does the same to Vegeta that he did to Piccolo, but Vegeta's able to perceive Hit a lot better, since he's at full power in Blue, so we can actually start to try and predict where Hit is going to appear next. He begins to land some good surprise blows on Hit, which knock the assassin off guard. He has to try and work more of his power than his technique. Vegeta has a little bit of the power advantage, but not by much, so he's beginning to take more damage. He's doing very well though, and doesn't want to lose this fight when he's getting very close. Vegeta backs away smiling, as he begins to power up once again. Goku smiles too, as he knows exactly what is coming. Vegeta yells out and transforms as Kaio-Ken. Hit looks on in surprise as Vegeta is covered in a red aura, and his power is multiplied greatly. Luckily, Vegeta had still been training with the Kaio-Ken, even with training with Whis, which Goku was really happy about since he was doing the same thing. The two had more time to learn this move and train it together too, since they never had to go back to Earth to fight Frieza. Since the two had done pretty well in combining Kaio-Ken with the original Super Saiyan, combining it with Blue is pretty easy. Goku obviously has a much better handle on it than Vegeta, being able to use times 45 right off the bat, since Blue has a lot more stability than the original Super Saiyan. Vegeta can only reach times 5 right now, since that was almost all he could in regular Super Saiyan, but it's still progress nonetheless. Even with only times 5 multiplier, this is enough to have him and Hit be pretty much equals while fighting each other. Vegeta has the slight edge, so we can pretty much cancel out the time skip. This fight is extremely close, but ultimately in the end, Hit ends up putting enough pressure to Vegeta's heart to stop it momentarily. He uses Vegeta's brief concern about his survival to rush in and deal one devastating shot to his head, sending him flying down to the dirt. Hit then walks up to Vegeta and hits another pressure point to restart his heart. Vegeta sits up wondering what happened, and Hit begins to walk away. The announcer asks Hit where he's going, as he still has 2 more fighters left to combat him. Hit responds that he's exhausted, and can tell that the other guy is stronger than the one he just fought, so it would be a brutal massacre. He's done for now, and maybe we'll go against him some other time. Goku is massively disappointed, but understands why it wouldn't be a fair fight. Hopefully someday soon he can test him out when he's at his best. Universe 7 is declared the victors at a tournament, with Champa being pretty pissed at Hit for giving up. But he is put in a better mood when Beerus uses his wish on the Super Dragon Balls to restore his Earth. With the tournament over, everybody returns to training. And we move on to the Goku Black arc? Well, that's actually a very touchy subject. Mainly since Future Trunks' future is completely different than the one in canon, since Future Trunks was never able to return to his time. Actually, let's take a sidestep real quick and see what would happen if Trunks never returned to his time. Without Trunks to come back and stop the androids, they would continue on their rampage of Earth for many more years, killing all those who stand in their way, though they don't really have much of a challenge. Future Bulma is continuously worrying on what happened to Trunks, and since he's not back yet, she fears the worst over what might have happened to him. She tries to work on some other way to stop the androids, but no other way ever comes out. She just sits in her basement working tirelessly to do anything. Luckily for her though, a warrior does come to defeat the androids, that being Cell. That's right, Cell is still around in this timeline, and with there being a 17 and 18 still around, he's able to fully achieve his perfect form. The androids wouldn't put up much of a fight, so this is the timeline where Cell is finally able to achieve perfection. With the androids gone and perfection achieved, he has nobody to fight, so he has really no idea what to do now. He doesn't need to stay here on Earth, since he knows that all the other Z fighters are dead, so maybe he'll find some good challenge out in space. Unlike the canon Cell, this perfect Cell had nobody to test his power on, so he's really itching for a fight. He can sense a few strong energies, but for the most part there really isn't anything on most of the planets he's come across. The Galactic Patrol Prison, though, has a lot of powerful warriors he thinks he can handle. Plus, if they end up being really powerful, he could recruit them to come along with him in taking over this galaxy. Only the super strong ones though, as he doesn't want any weaklings on his crew. Cell busts into Galactic Prison, telling all of the prisoners that today is their lucky day. If they can prove to be a challenge to him, he will take them along to join in on rampaging this universe. Of course, all of the prisoners would eagerly go to fight and get out of here, but Cell is way too powerful for most of them. The most anybody can do is land a couple of blows, but that's not really enough. The only ones who are putting up a good challenge are Saganbo's group of fighters, which really impresses Cell more than anybody else here. But he can still deal with the rest of them, except for Saganbo in 7-3. Saganbo is pretty powerful, easily one of the most powerful here, but he's still not enough for Cell. He is able to distract him long enough though, for 7-3 to grab onto him and copy his abilities. Cell wasn't expecting something like that, and is very impressed on fighting somebody with the exact same powers as him now. Their battle doesn't last very long though, as Meares arrives at Galactic Prison and begins to detain the rioting prisoners. Cell and 7-3 decide to form a quick truce to get the patrolman out of here, but Cell wasn't expecting Meares to be so powerful. Meares is easily able to dodge all of his blows and uses unique gadgets to knock him around and negate his attacks. Cell is getting pretty angry at this imp being able to put up a fight against him, and uses more and more of his power. But it's all for naught, as Meares is able to whip around Cell with his own power pole. After taking a brutal beating, Meares finally knocks out Cell with his jet boots. The other prisoners are locked back up, and Cell is put into a prison uniform and detained. He isn't taking too kindly to being locked away, him, the perfect being, but he's put in power dampening restraints to keep him at bay. Cell's journey through the universe was short-lived due to his own arrogance, and he is now just another Galactic Patrol prisoner. Back on Earth, Bobbity and Dabura are trying to find anybody with strong enough energies to revive Majin Buu, but there's hardly anybody around to draw energy from. They stay on Earth for a little bit and hear rumors about this very powerful bug creature who destroyed these so-called androids, and decide they may as well journey out into space some more and try to find what happened to him. They don't check up into Galactic Patrol, as unlike Cell, they are smart enough to know not to tangle with them, so they are never able to find enough energy to restore Majin Buu to life. Since Shin never had to fight Bobbity and Dabura here, he would never die, meaning Goku Black would probably never come to this timeline to enact his Hero Mortals plan. He did say he only came here, as this was the only universe without a god of destruction or angel, so with both them being alive, he has a pretty high chance of being found. So this timeline is safe from Zamasu without Trunks. But back in the present though, would there even be a Goku Black? I mean, there may be, but who knows because of time travel. We have no idea when Zamasu originally decided to take Goku's body, and with the knowledge that he can't escape to another timeline anymore, it might take him even longer to figure out how to enact his plan. So for now, Zamasu is just going to stay as an apprentice to Gowasu, and maybe someday in the future, he can enact his plan. Now just isn't a good time. With the Goku Black arc avoided, that's where we're going to be leaving this episode for right now. I was tempted to try and put in Goku Black and see what he could do with a Kaio-Ken, but honestly, if I do, this is going to end up like my Future Trunks to Change the Past video and Goku Master Spirit Control video, and I really don't want to do that a third time. But in the future, Zamasu could return, so look forward to that. Next time though, we're going to be moving into the Tournament of Power, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video, and until we meet again, see you later!